Good morning, students. Welcome you all to TSN English class, Hornbill book, chapter number 4, The Landscape of the Soul. This concept is expressed as sanshui, literally mountain water, which used together to represent the word landscape, more than two elements of an image. These represent two complementary poles reflecting the Taoist view of universe. Here in these lines, the author is talking about the concept is expressed as sanshui. ये जो concept है या ये जो धारणा है ये हम express करिए sanshui. Literally, mountain water which used together represent the word landscape, and both the words mountain and water, they if they are together or they if they are together they represent the word landscape. More than two elements of an image, and these are the two elements of an image. These represent two complementary poles, and these both of these elements they represent the two complementary poles of that image. The word sanctuary literally means mountain water, which used together represent the word landscape over here. And these are the things according to, and these are the views of the Taoist views of universe. The mountain is yang, reaching vertically towards heaven, stable, warm and dry in the sun. And the first element of the landscape is mountain. Mountain is yang. Here he is talking about yang mountain, and represented by word mountain is vertical, stable, warm and dry masculine aspect of universal energy. Here Taoists is treated mountain as the masculine aspect of universal energy, while the water is yin, horizontal and resting on earth's fluid, moist and cool. And in this second one, he's treated, or water represented by the word is horizontal, fluid, moist and cool, and this is the feminine aspect of universal energy. So here is mountain is treated as a masculine, and water is like feminine energy of the universe, and its counterpart yang, active and masculine. And here is talking about the counterpart, that is yang means mountains are more active and masculine, is of course a fundamental notion of Taoism. So here he is talking about that mountains are more active and masculine as compared to the other one. The middle void, where there what is often overlooked is an essential third element, the middle void, where there the interaction take place. And इन सब के बीच में what is overlooked, जिस पर हम ध्यान नहीं देते या अनदेखा कर देते, that is the third element, that is the middle void, the middle place where the interaction of both the things take place, the interaction of the mountain and the water. This can be compared with the yogic practice of pranayam, and both and the comparison of these two elements, both mountain and water, it can be done with this yogic practice that is called pranayam. In pranayam, breathe in, retain, breathe out. The suspension of breathe is void where meditation occur. So in pranayam, breathe in means सांस अंदर लेना, retain means उसे रोकना, and breathe out means उसे बस वापस बाहर लेना. So these are the three things required in pranayam. So the suspension of these three things or the breathing process, this is called meditation, where meditation occurs. The middle void is essential. So the middle phase of this mountain and water is essential, where their togetherness is or their comparison or their interaction take place. This is the third phase, which is much more important. Then nothing can happen without it, or nothing can happen without this third middle void. Hence, the importance of white unpainted space in Chinese landscape. So here he is talking about, this is the third place where which is white in color and which is unpainted. This is the most important place in the Chinese landscape or in this painting. This is also where man finds a fundamental role in that space between heaven and earth. He becomes the conduit of communication between both poles of universe. His presence is essential, even it if it's only suggested, far from being lost or oppressed by lofty peaks. He is in Francis Chang's wonderful expression, The Eye of the Landscape. Here he is talking about, author is talking about, this is also where man finds a fundamental pole. ये वो जगह है जहाँ पे इंसान को एक फंडामेंटल एक प्रॉपर जगह मिलती है जहाँ पे वो अपनी भूमिका को प्ले कर सकता है इन दैट स्पेस बिटवीन हेवन एंड अर्थ एंड दिस इज द प्लेस बिटवीन हेवन एंड अर्थ ही बिकम्स द कॉन्ड्यूट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन और इसमें वो दोनों के बीच का एक जरिया बन जाता है बिटवीन बोथ द पोल्स ऑफ द यूनिवर्स यूनिवर्स के दोनों पोल्स के बीच का जरिया हिज प्रेजेंस इज एसेंशियल दैट इज वाई हिज प्रेजेंस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इवन इट्स इफ इट्स ओनली सजेस्टेड अगर ऐसा कहा जाए फार फ्रॉम बीइंग लॉस्ट और ऑप्रेस्ड बाय द लॉफ्टी पीक्स और इतने बड़े बड़े जो पहाड़ हैं उनमें वो अपना जो प्लेस है उसे खो सकता है लॉफ्टी मीन्स हाई पीक्स ही इज़ इन फ्रांसिस चैंग्स वंडरफुल एक्सप्रेशन ये सब कुछ फ्रांसिस चैंग ने अपने शब्दों में कहा है द आई ऑफ अ लैंडस्केप दीज आर रिटन ओवर देयर सो द थर्ड एलिमेंट इन द मिडल इज void. It is the white unpainted space in a Chinese landscape. It is here that the interaction take place. Getting inside outside the art, when French painter Jean Duffet mooted the concept of art brut in 40s, the art of untrained visionary was minority interest from its almost veiled beginnings. Outsider art has gradually become the fastest growing area of interest in contemporary art internationally. Here in these lines, author is talking about when French painter Jean Duffet. Here he is talking about a French painter whose name is Jean Duffet. He is focusing more about the concept of art brut. That means the art of the untrained visionary persons the persons who are untrained ऐसे पेंटर्स जो अनट्रेंड थे और ऐसे कलाकारों के बारे में जिनके बारे में लोग कम माइनॉरिटी इंटरेस्ट कम इंटरेस्ट दिखाते हैं फ्रॉम इट्स ऑलमोस्ट वेल्ड बिगिनिंग बिकॉज उनकी जो स्टार्टिंग होती है दैट इज़ वेल्ड पूरी तरह छुपी हुई होती है बिकॉज दे आर untrained has gradually become the fastest growing area and धीरे धीरे this area is growing up gradually of interest in contemporary art internationally और उनका जो interest है वो contemporary art में आया और ये international level तक पहुंचा This genre is described as the art of those who have no right to be artists as they have received no formal training. Here, this is the here is talking about this genre. Genre means एक प्रकार की ये विद्या है या एक प्रकार की विद्या है जिसको डिस्क्राइब करा गया इस आर्ट को ऐसा डिस्क्राइब किया गया those who have no art, no right टू बी आर्टिस्ट ऐसे लोगों को कोई अधिकार नहीं है आर्टिस्ट कहलाने का एज दे हैव रिसीव्ड नो फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग जब तक उनके पास कोई फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग नहीं होती है येट शो टैलेंट एंड आर्टिस्टिक इंसाइट सो उसके बावजूद भी इन लोगों ने अपना टैलेंट और अपने आर्टिस्टिक तरीके को बाहर लाए देयर वर्क आर अ स्टिमुलेटिंग कॉन्ट्रास्ट टू a lot of mainstream offerings और जो उनका जो वर्क है वो आज भी जो मेन स्ट्रीम में या जो मुख्य धाराओं में जो लोग हैं उनको अभी भी उनको कॉन्ट्रास्ट करता है स्टिमुलेट करता है अराउंड द टाइम डफिट was propounding his concept in India an untutored genius was creating paradise और जो ये टाइम है where Duffet was propounding his concept जब वो अपना कॉन्सेप्ट लोगों को बता रहे थे in India that how the untutored or untrained people they became genius and creating paradise in their art heavenly arts को वो लोग create कर रहे थे those people who are untrained in their art so ऐसे लोग जो हैं उनकी धारणा को ये प्रस्तुत कर रहा था या बता रहा था हमें कि किस तरह जो अनट्रेंड लोग होते हैं वो भी जीनियस आर्ट्स को क्रिएट करते हैं या उन्होंने अपना खुद का हेवनली आर्ट्स को या पैराडाइज आर्ट्स को क्रिएट किया ईयर्स अगो द लिटिल पैच ऑफ जंगल दैट ही बिगेन clearing to make himself a garden sculpted. और किस तरह सालों पहले एक little patch of jungle, little means a little part of jungle or piece of jungle that he began, जो उसने clear करा टू मेक हिमसेल्फ, और खुद के लिए एक गार्डन बनाया, स्कल्प्टेड विथ स्टोन, जो गार्डन है वो पूरा पत्थरों की टूटी फूटी चीज़ों की मदद से उसने उस गार्डन को पूरा स्कल्प्टेड, यहाँ पे यहाँ वहाँ पे उस गार्डन को बगीचे में आर्ट क्रिएट करी पत्थरों से विथ एंड stone and recycled material is known to the world today as the rock garden at Chandigarh. और जो पूरा गार्डन है वो रिसाइकल्ड मटेरियल से बना है, जिसको आज के टाइम इन प्रेजेंट टाइम पीपल नो दैट गार्डन इज रॉक गार्डन ऑफ Chandigarh. So this is all about and how an untrained artist can create so many creative and new things. So Rock Garden of Chandigarh is one of the examples in that period.